King Said So YouTube channel, covering sports from around the world. Car reviews, all you need to know about the cars. Trending news and hot topics. Monthly motivational talks. Follow me on my social media handles. See you soon.
What's up, ladies and gentlemen? It's your boy King053, Mr. Easy Money himself, and I'm back at it with another one. And this time around, we're talking about Kleinfontein. Like I said, with I'll be doing some. I want to do more videos. Hey, upload more content. People are enjoying my content. They're subscribing, they're liking, so it keeps me going. Thank you so much for everyone who has subscribed already. And everyone on the comment section. We're building a small little family there. Thank you so much, guys. I appreciate it. So Kleinfontein is somewhere in Gauteng, about 1 hour drive from Joburg, and this is basically, if you know Orania. I stay in the Northern Cape, so I'm not too far from Orania, where I stay. I work that side of the R, so I pass Orania frequently. Maybe I pass there, let me say, 5 to 6, yeah, 5 times, 5 times a year. And when I was, the first time I passed there, I was still a naive black boy, and did not understand what is going on with these white people. So they on a national road. It's not like Kleinfontein. You see, when Kleinfontein, when you go in, it's a what you call the security and everything. Orania is not like that. Orania, they on top, they just on the national road. So they can never really lock themselves away because they on the national road. You don't make a turn into Orania. Orania is on, when you turn, you're already on Orania. Understand? So I stopped at the garage. This is a nice story to tell, actually. I stopped at the petrol garage filling station, and yeah, with a government car. I'm working for the government, and I wanted to see if they were going to help me pour some petrol. Obviously, they didn't. So they stayed in the garage. I could see from a distance the people in the shop of the garage. So they just sitting there, just shaking their head, and I'm busy doing this in the car, like pour petrol, nothing, and they didn't. And I remember I was with my colleague. He was so scared. He said, "Brah, these people are just gonna come out, shoot us, and go bury us somewhere nobody's going to see." But luckily they didn't. But as I grew, um, I want to say wiser. I started understanding more what is going on with places like Kleinfontein and Orania, and the the thorn that is sticking out there is fear. They are at fear of a civil war. They think that black people are going to do to them what they did to black people. In fact, Afrikaners don't understand why black people are not fighting back. They don't understand this thing of forgiveness. They don't understand this thing of togetherness, and they just don't get it. Most The fear of white people is black people uniting together and fighting back, and they don't understand that there's a big profound statement that was made, that by a white person. I'll try to find the video somewhere, where she said, "We white people," it's an American. She said, "We white people have to be uh, happy that black people are asking for equality and not for revenge." And that was a very big, profound statement that they made. So, yeah, most most, I'm not gonna say all, because most black people are hurting from what apartheid did to them and their family, and it's still new. I work in the Northern Cape. I work with a lot of Afrikaner people, and some of them are very nice people to work with. Um, very, you don't have problems with them. You don't even sense a bone of racism in them. And some of them are obviously on the left because they've been working for the Department of Agriculture for some time. The Department of Agriculture is a department about farming. You understand? So we have like white people that have been working with the farms. Most of them own their own farms and everything. So now these black guys are coming. I'm in the asset unit trying to ask questions about where are the assets of the department and where is the livestock of the department and stuff like that. And I'm asking people that are almost on their way out of the department because they are almost 60 years old, some turning 60 and stuff like that. And I'm this young black boy and they don't understand what is going on. So there's a pushback. There's a pushback. Besides that, I go around Northern Cape traveling places up in Ten, Calvinia, Carnival, uh, Facerberg, you can name it. I think I know Northern Cape more than any other province because I travel extensively in this province. And the racism is everywhere in Northern Cape. There isn't a town where, in fact, I think Kimberley is the least racist place than other towns in Northern Cape. Okay, Kimberley and Kurman, but Kurman does not have such a lot of white, black, Afrikaner people. But Kimberley for me is the least racist place. But when you go out to Springbok, Uppington, you go to Fiosdrift, you go to Calvinia Carnival, you go to DR, you go to Colesberg, you go to all those places, you'll find you don't have to ask, you just see it. The way they walk in shops, the way they carry themselves is just a different. So they fearing that black people will want revenge. And I'm telling you, if you're white and you're watching this, black people, the revenge right now is the last thing that is on black people. They want electricity, they want service, they want. I don't see black South Africans teaming up somewhere somehow to get rid of Afrikaners. No, look at this government that we have. Afrikaans is still the main language, one of the two official languages at schools, at modesty schools, at top schools. It's English and Afrikaans. Ek het dan Afrikaans geleer in elke skool wat ek het geattend van ek dink van graad 2 af tot matriek graad 12. Ek het Afrikaans geleer tot kom ek sê na skool ek het nie so baie Afrikaans gepraat nie want it was not a must, so I started, But when I came to Kimberley, then I realized, oh my God, everyone is speaking Afrikaans here. Kimberley Afrikaans is like the first language, not Tswana, not any other language. Afrikaans is the first. A person that is born in Kimberley can speak Afrikaans without even getting forced. That's how much the system of apartheid has been working. So here we have Kleinfontein. Let's hear what do they have to say about black people.
The white people in this country, they do not do it. If the train is late, we do not put the train to fire. If the buses are late, we don't put the buses on fire. And if we are unsatisfied with the services delivered, we don't start throwing stones and burning tires and those kind of things. That's one of the main differences between us and the black people in South Africa. The way they behave. And it's not us that have to change our attitude. They have to change their behavior. If they want to be reckoned as civilized people, then they should act like civilized people.
Not civilized.
I heard from the leader himself saying that black people are not civilized. And it's so amazing that you that came from not you exactly, but you that that came from wherever you came from, started killing, raping our ancestors, taking their land, taking their crops and everything, are saying we are not civilized. How nice is that? And for me, it just defeat the purpose, because at Kleinfontein, there's small children that are getting indoctrinated with this mentality that black people are stupid, black people are monkeys, black people are not civilized, black people are not people that you can live with and stuff like that. And these little kids are taught hate. Mandela said no one is born with hate. Hatred is being taught. So they've been taught hatred from a very small age. And it breaks my heart. And it's nice to see this video. It opened my eye. I didn't know about it. I know Fatherland in Limpopo. I know Orania. I didn't know about Kleinfontein. It's amazing that it's in Gauteng. It amazes me how the white people, look, if black people had a problem with you guys, they would have stopped this. The government would have stopped this. We are not even concerned. If you want to go stay away somewhere in a farm together with your own people, how many people are staying in Kleinfontein? 1,300 people. Go and stay there, no problem. We don't care. We don't want to hate you. We don't want revenge. We don't want anything. Otherwise, the government would have been stopping you. Understand? The way that the Zimbabwean government was doing, taking land back by force, by fire, by force. This government of South Africa is saying expropriation without a compensation, but still they're asking for the land, like they begging for it. Kan julle asseblief ons land teruggee en al daai goedes? No, no. We white people in South Africa, you are the most safe people in South Africa. Trust me. You can't stay in the townships like we stay. It's not safe. Look at what is happening at the K flats and everything. We've got things to worry about. We don't care about Kleinfontein. You are just indoctrinating your children with the wrong morals and a wrong view of life. They have to live with other people. If you really hate South Africa that much, take your money and go to Australia. Go somewhere. I don't know where you can go. Go back home to the Dash or wherever. We don't want that. We don't want people to leave South Africa. But if you hate us so much, then why are you making your own corner in it? We cannot run away from the fact that this is a black land. The whole of Africa, in fact. You understand? So visitors, welcome. Those who are born here, welcome. Nobody is hating on anybody. But this type of energy is what is wrong with South Africa. And for the mere fact that Kleinfontein is not going to Orania just to make Orania bigger, because remember, Orania's got its own currency. Orania is applying to be a state on its own, like Lesotho and Swaziland and stuff like that, which is not going to happen. But anyway, let them keep trying. Orania's got its own electricity and everything. Why don't, if you are white people and Africans are carrying the same um, um, goal in mind, that black people are rubbish, why don't you go stay in Orania? I mean, that will make things simple, I think. But because you've got family in Gauteng, you don't want to move from Gauteng. You're still working in Johannesburg, but at night driving back to Kleinfontein. It's too much energy just for hatred. It's too much energy. Stop that thing. Stop that thing. And now you have Hendrik Verwoerd as one of your incoming statues when you come there, celebrated heroes, Hendrik Verwoerd, and you say he's actually not denying that Hendrik Verwoerd was the master plan of apartheid. He's saying no, Hendrik Verwoerd was hated because he was enforcing the law. He was enforcing the law and he stood up for Afrikaners. I don't have a problem with that. If you are standing up for Afrikaners, good. But the law that he was enforcing that time was discriminative against other races, which was a black race. That's all. That's all we say. That's all we say. We're not fighting. Celebrate your Hendrik Verwoerd, but understand you are celebrating a murderer, yeah, celebrating someone who segregated other people, discriminated against them because of their skin color, who said they must not buy land in this republic, who said, that's what you are doing. We don't. That's if that's the type of energy you have. I mean, Henry Favour's statue is removed everywhere in South Africa. But unfortunately, somewhere in South Africa, somewhere in someone's farm at Kleinfontein, they've got his statue there. What can we do as South Africans? We are hopeless. I can't say this enough.
It's much easier.
Yes, and you see that uh what is happening at Kleinfontein is they have a problem with the Rainbow Nation. And the Rainbow Nation is what Mandela and them came about. They said, listen, we are a Rainbow Nation. We've got many people cultures, white, Indian, Chinese, black, whatever, this Rainbow Nation that we claim to have, because we said, no, our flag is going to show most colors of the the Rainbow Nation, and we are going to win the Rugby World Cup. This was what, 96, somewhere there, 95, 96. And then we won the African Cup of Nations, and South Africa are always uniting behind their national teams, and that's the only time actually South Africa is a rainbow nation. The other times it's not. It's not. You remember what happened in the Free State when white people were going against the EFF, and people dying. And I have also a story to tell about farms and farm matters and everything. I was working in a farm in Northern Cape. Um Let me not name the farm. It's not far. It's about it's just outside Richie. If you know where Kimberley is, Kimberley Richie is about 30 km from Kimberley Richie. I was a site supervisor there. So my responsibility was to make sure that people are at work and they clock in and clock out at a specific time, and make sure that they are working and all that. So I worked for this white farm, for 3 months. And in that 3 months, I saw a level of racism that I've never seen in my life. And I thought I've seen racism at school because I was in private boarding schools when I grew up. Mostly were Afrikaans boarding schools, and I thought I saw everything there. But what I saw at that farm, I couldn't go back anymore. And I was still young. I think if it was now, I was going to record the scenes and everything and expose them further. But because back then my Afrikaans was not that good, and I had respect for elder people, so I respected the old African men that I was working with, and their wives and their brothers and their wives and stuff like that. I I just stood back because I didn't know what to do, you know. But what year was this? This was, I want to say, 2014. Yes, it should be 2014. It should be 2014. Yeah, somewhere there. And I was very young, you know. I'm not even 35 now, and it's 2023. So you can imagine how young I was 2014. So yes, guys, that is what is happening now. They don't want this rainbow nation that is happening. It's sad to see, man. It's sad to see. If there's any white people watching my videos, maybe you came across because of the caption Kleinfontein and Orania. Listen, we are not here to fight you. Just like you are pushing for Afrikaners to strive, we are also pushing for black people to strive, and there is enough space, enough world for us to coexist. There is no reason for us to fight or anything like that. Some black leaders would have liked the revenge, but in South Africa, it's not going to happen. It's not, it's just not, I don't see it possible. In fact, I'll be one of those people who will be standing up and say, no, we can't just kill and shoot people and do. I don't believe in that. I can't participate in such rubbish. I believe that on a negotiation table, any conflict can be resolved. Actually, I want to speak about what is happening in Ukraine and Russia. You understand? Because Putin is going to be painted as an evil leader like Hitler. But the reason why Hitler, we are even taught about Hitler in history books is because Hitler was killing white people like Putin is doing now. We have a lot of mass murders that happen in Africa, millions of millions people getting their hands cut that they don't teach us about in school. We have to find those things out in the internet. So anyway, thank you so much guys for watching. It's your boy King053. Tell me what you think about this Kleinfontein, nice little community somewhere of only white people in South Africa. Do you think our government should allow such establishments to establish? Do you think our government should have an opinion? Or do you think because they are all in their own little farm somewhere, let's let them be? Please tell me what you think in your comment. And if you are white, thank you so much for watching. Please leave a comment. Je kan maar skryf met Afrikaans. Ons gaan hom lees. Ons kan Afrikaans lees. Ons ken julle ken nie ons taal nie. Julle verstaan glad nie ons taal, maar ons het julle se taal geleer. Julle mense se taal geleer want ons is lief vir julle. Ons wil saam met julle bly. Ons wil saam met julle vakansies en al patertjies en allerlei goedes. Thank you so much for watching. It's your boy King053 or 53.